everyone, welcome to another video. I hope you're all doing amazing. We are currently experiencing a heat wave in the UK at the moment as I'm filming this. The hottest it has ever been for this time of year, I think. Hottest on record. So I hope you're coping okay. And if you've clicked on today's video, then there is a good chance that maybe you're feeling like you have lost your spark a little bit. This is something that I talked quite a lot about on Instagram and it really resonated with a lot of people, so I thought I would do a more in-depth chat about it and things that I think are really helpful for getting your spark back. So maybe you're feeling a little bit disconnected from yourself, like every day is blurring into the next one, like you're not feeling very excited about things, and just like you are not the best version of yourself that you know that you can be. And I know how frustrating that can feel, and I feel like so many of us go through these phases, but luckily it is very easy to get back on track, get your spark back, and I'm going to tell you exactly the things that are foolproof that will make you feel 10 times more like yourself, more excited for things. And I don't think it is just one big thing, I think it is a combination of lots of little things. So I'm going to be sharing 20 very realistic, very helpful things that I personally think definitely help me feel happier, more motivated, less stuck in a rut feeling. So hopefully by the end of this video you're going to feel lighter, you're going to feel more inspired and reminded that you are not stuck in this feeling forever, and that just a few small changes and a few good habits is all it takes for you to start feeling like yourself again. Because honestly, every single time I start doing even just a few of these things consistently, I notice such a huge difference in my mood and my mindset. So hopefully they're going to help you too. So let's get into it. Okay, point number one. It's going to seem like a very basic, simple thing that you think, how is that going to help? But it is, make your bed. Making your bed literally takes 2 minutes, but it will instantly make your room, your space, your sanctuary feel calmer, more organised, more put together. And I think there is something really motivating about starting your day with one small productive thing. You're already ticking something off your list. It gives you a tiny sense of accomplishment straight away, which is really good for helping to build momentum for the rest of the day. So as small as it sounds, get up straight away, make your bed. Next up, and now these are all so simple, but like I say, when you combine them all together, that's how you get yourself feeling back to your best. So we're gonna have a shower and reset. When I'm feeling flat, I can stay in my pajamas all day, greasy hair, as nice as that can be for a little bit. If I'm not feeling great, it does end up making me feel worse in the long run. Having a proper shower, washing my hair, doing my skincare, putting some nice fresh clothes on makes me feel 10 times better. It is just so good for resetting your brain, washing off that meh feeling. I've seen so many people talking as well about the benefits of having a shower in the dark or like low lighting. That is supposed to make you feel amazing. So maybe like lighting a candle, really low, nice lighting is supposed to be so good for your mind. So I definitely need to try that. Next, putting an outfit on that you feel good in. I really do think how you look affects how you feel. Like I say, if I am in my scruffy clothes, my pajamas all day, I feel way more sluggish, way less motivated. 100% I feel more confident and more like I want to seize the day when I've got on something that I feel good in. And that definitely does not have to mean dressing up clothes either. Even just wearing clean clothes that you feel good in, that you feel comfortable in, can genuinely shift your entire energy for the day. Next one is to play your favourite music. Music is so powerful, isn't it? Like putting on some real feel-good tunes that you love can completely shift how you feel. Music changes the atmosphere instantly. Even doing it whilst you're cooking, whilst you're cleaning, whilst you're just doing some boring everyday tasks makes them so much more enjoyable. I think it's really good as well to put together playlists for depending how you feel. If you want something really relaxing and calming, or if you need something to sort of just make you feel more energized, some more upbeat music. I feel like it is such a powerful one for pulling you out of a flat mood. Even if you think beforehand that you don't really feel like listening to anything, anytime I put a bit of music on, I'm like, yes, this is what I needed. Next, we're going to eat something nourishing. Whenever I am feeling down, low, unmotivated, I crave the sugar, I crave the carbs. I want to reach for all of that all the time. You know, straight on the phone to Domino's, which is of course lovely to do sometimes, but I do find that when I eat like that for a few days or weeks, that I end up feeling sluggish and just worse overall. I think even just prioritising making one meal a day at least with that little bit of extra protein, some vegetables, some fruits, and drinking more water. We all know how much that makes a difference. Filling up a water bottle, keeping that with you, it really does affect so much. When you're not hydrated, really can affect your mood. So that's an instant thing as well. If you're feeling really like you've lost your spark, go and drink some water to start with. And obviously you don't need to eat perfectly all the time. Don't need to go on some big health kit. You know me, I love my biscuits, I love my sugar, I love my treats. But when you nourish your body properly, your brain obviously benefits from that too. And low energy, low mood is so much worse when we're not looking after ourselves physically. Next, it is tidy and reset your space. This makes the world of difference to me. If my environment, my space around me is cluttered, chaotic, messy, I feel so much worse. If your clothes are everywhere, dishes everywhere, washing's piled up, like it, for me, makes my brain feel so much more cluttered. And you don't even need to do a deep clean, just a quick half an hour reset, 10 minutes even, just putting things back in their place. I've said many times before, I love using a timer. I find them really motivating. It's great seeing what you can get done whilst the timer's on. But even little things like changing your bedding, getting the windows open, or just clearing your desk or kitchen worktops automatically makes your space feel lighter and calmer. The next point is to change your environment. I honestly think one of the quickest ways to feel stuck is spending your time in exactly the same environment every day. So yeah, get out of the house. Go for a quick walk, visit a cafe, get out in the garden. Sometimes your brain just needs new stimulation, and being somewhere different, even if it's briefly, can break that repetitive autopilot feeling and just make life feel a little bit fresher again. The next point is to write a gratitude list. I absolutely love to do a gratitude list. I've said about these many times before. I think whenever you're stuck in life, or whenever you've got negative thoughts in your head, there is nothing more helpful than sitting down and writing things that you are grateful for in life. It really puts things in perspective. They might sound a little bit cheesy, and I definitely was somebody that once upon a time thought, that's cheesy, I'm not journaling, I'm not sitting down and writing lists, but they work, they help so much. And the reason it's so good for doing when you feel like you've lost your spark is because a lot of the time you're in a very negative headspace. Your brain focuses on everything that's going wrong. So a gratitude list is really good for shifting that mindset and focusing on the positives, and makes you think, actually, life's pretty good. Got a lot of good things going on. I'm very grateful for all of this goodness in my life. And even really simple things count, like a good coffee, the sun shining, a positive conversation that you've had with somebody. It's so good to write all these little things down that you maybe sort of bypass in your mind, not really think about again, but when you put it down on paper and you think, actually, it's just all that feel good stuff. And it's really good for training your brain to notice more of the good stuff. So the more you do it, the more you do start to think more positively. So it's just I fully recommend it. The next one is to get outside more, which is similar to changing your environment, but actually we need to get out, fresh air, get into nature, spend more time in the green areas. Moving your body makes such a difference. Fresh air makes such a difference. Time in daylight, like any time I go for a walk, I could be feeling really fed up and really like I don't want to go anywhere. Going on a 10-minute walk really does shift your mindset and just resets you. It definitely helps to pull you out of your own head, especially if you have been sat doom scrolling all day, which never helps, or overthinking about situations. Getting out into fresh air can be really grounding. As well as gratitude lists, I also think it is very, very beneficial, and something I have to do regularly, especially if you've got an overactive mind, is to do a brain dump. Write every single thing down out of your head. Get it all on paper. It doesn't even need to make sense. Just literally write down everything that's going on up here. Things you need to remember, things that are bothering you, things that are worrying you, things you're stressed about. I think sometimes I don't even realise how overwhelmed I am until I sit down and get it all out on paper. All the reminders, all the things I need to do, just like, it makes my brain feel quieter instantly. Because I think when everything's in your head, it can feel a lot bigger and more chaotic than it actually is. And when you get it down on paper, you can look at it for what it is. It's great for helping you to organise your thoughts instead of carrying them around in a big ball of chaos all day. Next, do one thing that you have been putting off. This is something that I actually did yesterday and I feel so much better for it. I was sorting out my gas and electric, like changing tariffs with that, Rudy's pet insurance, emails, all of those little jobs. If you can just do the one that is niggling you the most, it really makes you feel so much better. I am terrible for avoiding things and thinking, I'll do that later, I'll do that later. It always makes me feel worse because it's one of those things that's in the back of my mind. So doing one thing frees up so much mental space, and the relief you feel after doing it is such a nice feeling. And you know what's funny? These things never really take very long, do they? Like booking the appointment or yeah, like the things I just said that I was sorting out yesterday, they never take very long. You instantly feel lighter because you're not carrying it around with you anymore. Next is to reduce your screen time. I genuinely think too much scrolling kills your spark. You stop feeling present in your own life because you are spending so much time consuming other people's. I always notice that I feel so much better when I put my phone down. Stop doom scrolling, just spending less time online and more time in the present, in my actual life. I do think that social media obviously can be very beneficial, very positive. But another point I would make as well is to unfollow any accounts that make you maybe feel behind, because I do think that social media can very easily have that effect. Some content can genuinely make you feel a bit rubbish about yourself, and sometimes you don't even realise that it's having that effect on you until you stop seeing it. If somebody's content constantly makes you feel unattractive, behind, insecure, like your life isn't good enough, protect your peace and mute them. Your online environment affects your mindset way more than people think. Next, watch something comforting. Whenever you're feeling a little bit down in the dumps, putting on your favourite comfort show can be so helpful. There is a lot of stressful things going on in the world. There is a lot of stressful things on the TV, again, online, things that are coming into your world that aren't going to help your mood. So if I'm feeling a little bit fed up of all of that, then shutting the world out and putting your favourite comfort film, TV show, whatever it might be, is a great way to help regulate your mood again, because sometimes your brain just needs that bit of comfort, whether it is cosy YouTube videos, nostalgic films from your childhood. I would love to know what anybody's comfort nostalgic film is. For me, it's anything like 80s with Goldie Hawn, House Sitter, Death Becomes Her, Overboard, anything like that I love. Funny podcasts, old comfort TV shows, anything like that is really great. When life feels a bit heavy, then popping something on that's not heavy at all, that gives you that little bit of comfort, is going to be really beneficial. Also, I think it's worth reminding yourself that not everything needs to be fixed today. I think it's very easy to feel like you do need to fix everything when you're not feeling yourself. Your career, your body, money, relationships, routine, everything. And that pressure is just going to make you feel so much more overwhelmed. Sometimes you just need a few healthy habits again, like the ones we're talking about in today's video. Not everything needs to be fixed immediately, not at all, nor would that be very possible. I talk about it all the time, but the next point is to romanticize the little things. I never shut up about romanticizing your life. This has genuinely changed my mindset so much, because life can feel really dull when it just becomes about responsibility, everyday chores, and just getting through each day. It's really boring. Little things in life, little treats, little glimmers make such a difference, whether that is something simple. Never underestimate these things. A nice coffee, fresh bedding, scented candles, music while you're cooking, going to look at the sunset on a walk, fresh flowers, a little solo date, buying yourself a little treat. You've got to romanticise your life as it is now and not wait for it to get better. And find all the little pockets of joys in all the little things that you have now. You can't wait for better moments in the future. It is all about finding the joy in the ordinary. Next is to move your body a little bit, and I am not saying join the gym. Unless you want to, of course, go join the gym. But I'm not saying you have to go to the gym every single morning or do like crazy workout classes or like anything crazy. But even a tiny movement obviously helps to improve your mood massively. Whether that's stretching, walking, dancing around the kitchen, a little workout, bit of yoga, anything. Does not have to be big. Whenever I move my body, I feel mentally way better afterwards. It's fact. Even if you don't feel like doing it beforehand. But like I say, it really does not have to be anything dramatic. Also, I think this next one is so lovely and something that not many people probably ever do, but make a list of things that you are proud of yourself for. I think so many of us, including me, it's so easy to focus on all the things that we haven't done yet, that we've not achieved, that we completely ignore all the amazing things that we have done. So sometimes it genuinely helps, especially when you're feeling a bit flat, to acknowledge all the things that you have achieved in life. Big or small, getting through a hard week, looking after your kids, cooking dinner, getting out of bed, going to work, handling stressful situations. You deserve credit for more than you give yourself. Get it all down on paper and you'll probably be surprised at how nice to read all the things, you know, and just give a little bit of love to yourself. Give yourself a pat on the back. The last point is to get a proper night's sleep. This is such a game changer for me. I could go to bed feeling so overwhelmed, feeling so emotional and feeling like everything's hopeless. You get a good night's sleep, you wake up in the morning and go, actually, I don't feel as dramatic as I did last night. I actually feel alright. Sleep affects your motivation, your mood, your anxiety. It affects everything, doesn't it? Proper good night's sleep, regular good night's sleep as well, which I know is easier said than done, but getting into good sleep habits, going to bed at the same time every night, getting up at the same time, keeping your bedroom, your space calm, relaxing, all of that. It is just so helpful for resetting your brain and just changing your outlook on things. So those are some things that genuinely really help me to get my spark back. Like I said, they are not big, crazy, dramatic things, but when you combine a lot of those together, you are going to notice such a huge difference. They really do work. Please don't look at this list and feel like you need to do all 20 of them tomorrow, because that's just going to cause more burnout. But I think even just one or two that feels more manageable, and then adding to it as you feel like you can. I do feel like your spark comes back in little ways that you might not even realise at first. Just laughing a little bit more, feeling a little bit more motivated, life feeling that little bit lighter. Maybe you start looking forward to things again. It can be a gradual shift, but it does normally start with things like I've mentioned, like that might seem a little bit insignificant at the time, but over time definitely help to make you feel like yourself again. So yeah, just focus on adding a few good things back into your day and give yourself some time. I would love to know in the comments below what you do or what you find helpful when you feel like you've lost your spark, because genuinely I would love some more ideas too. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. If you're not already following me on Instagram, I post loads of things like this over there, which is CarlyElizabeth_X. Also on my TikTok as well, which is CarlyElizabeth_XX. I hope you're having a wonderful week, whatever you're doing. If you're not too hot, if you are in the UK, I think it's going to start cooling down soon, isn't it? But yeah, have a great day. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you again for my next one. Bye guys.